Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to today's program. It's a very important program. Yoga, it's caught up like anything. It's now the much talked about subject all over the world. People make lots and lots of money, but yet they are totally uncomfortable with themselves. Yoga is a means, an instrument, or a process through which you can attain yourself. This is yoga. Yoga literally means union with God. He who knows that he is one with God knows that he is also there with every other. I think this is spirituality. This is the universal prayer of the Theosophical Society, coined by Annie Besant way back in the 20th century. Nothing else is spirituality. If you and I, like if you say namaste, you and I are one and the same. That is spirituality. You and I are bound to each other by means of spirituality. I think that is something which is followed very closely here, because we believe in universal brotherhood, which is the most important factor, and that is spirituality. The three objects of the society, for those of you who are coming here for the first time, let me tell you that three objects of the society are to form a nucleus of universal brotherhood without the distinction of race, creed, sex, caste, and color, to study the latent powers hidden in men and women, and also to study comparative religions, because we all know that the paths might be different, the goal is ultimately the same, that is self-realization. Two stalwarts, Henry Steele Olcott and Madame Blavatsky, started the Theosophical Society movement in 1875 in the city of New York. And then their objective was human regeneration. We have evolved and come a long way from mineral age to plant age to animal age to human age. And now we are in the process of being a superhuman. But first, we have to cross this human thing first. We still have a lot of animal tendencies in all of us. We are half animal, half man. And the mind actually, because we are all, we have our own free will. The animals, they are bound by their instincts, having no problem at all. But we human beings have this factor called intellect, wherein we are given a free will to decide between rights and wrongs and all that. So we are slightly higher up in terms of evolution when comparing to the plants or the animals. We are almost there. But I think we have to actually work towards self-realization and all that. That is finally the key. Until such self-realization takes place, we need to be in the bondage system, that is the cycle of births and deaths. Mind is a realm of thoughts. We are in the world of thoughts. We actually think roughly 60,000 thoughts per day. So many thoughts. If I just take the phone, another 2-3 thoughts will vanish. Another, this fellow talks to me, another 10 thoughts. Like that, 60,000 thoughts are being thought every day. That is too much. So to reduce that and to calm the mind, meditation is a process of taking you to the first First is God. That is, even before the second was thought of, the first is God, and the first to reach the first is through meditation. Meditation is the process of taking you to the first, which is beyond time, beyond distance, beyond space, beyond everything. So this self-realization you can go through four important yogas. The first one is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga can be achieved. The final end thing is very clear. It is union with God. Karma Yoga is for those people who are very active. Bhakti Yoga is for those people who are very loving God, devotion. The other one is Raja Yoga, which Mr. Venugopal is going to talk about, which is going through Ashtanga Yoga, wherein you follow the eightfold path of the system of thoughts taught by Patanjali. So that is Raja Yoga. The other one is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga, it's a systematic procedure through which you find yourself. Theosophical Society members follow Jnana Yoga as well as Karma Yoga. They do service here in the Theosophical Society, as well as they study a lot of scriptures. Like Theosophy means a combination of spirituality, science, and philosophy, and religion. I'm sorry. These three makes it a theosophical study. So I have given you the broad context in which today's topic is going to take place, Raja Yoga. And Raja Yoga, through Ashtanga Yoga, talks about asanas, pranayama, pratyahara, asteya, ishvara pranidhana, and dharana, dhyana, and finally samadhi. Not in that process exactly, but something like that. So Venugopal will be talking about Raja Yoga, through Ashtanga Yoga, through the sixfold path, through the eightfold path set by Patanjali. About Venugopal, I need to say a few lines. He is a national award-winning meditation and yoga guru, Mr. Venugopal. He is the creator of Amrita Gadiya, and he is the director of Power Management Consultancy and co-founder of Yoga Siddhi. He is a renowned expert in meditation, therapy yoga, and subconscious mind training. 10% of the mind is conscious and the remaining 90% is subconscious. With a deep-rooted passion for guiding individuals toward holistic healing and self-transformation, he has helped thousands of people unlock their inner potential and lead healthier and happier lives. As a national award-winning yoga and meditation guru, Venugopal specializes in therapy yoga, healing, and relaxation, guiding individuals to find peace and balance in their lives. With years of experience and a deep passion for holistic wellness, his practice combines ancient techniques with modern insights to create personalized healing journeys. Whether through yoga, pranayama, or meditation, he empowers clients to release stress, heal from within, and embrace a lifestyle of calm and clarity. He is the author of Meditations with the Guru. He gave me a copy of the book just now. I'll show it to you. And Guru Udan Dhyanangal, 2 books I think is written. Venugopal's book Meditations with the Guru has received an overwhelming response for its simple yet powerful approach to meditation and life transformation. Written in a storytelling format, it presents relatable real-life incidents, practical meditation techniques to help individuals navigate life's challenges with ease. He recently celebrated a personal milestone with the successful launch of the book Guru Udan Dhyanangal, Tamil version of Meditations with the Guru, where he shares the transformative practices that have shaped his life and the lives of so many others. Empowering lives through yoga and meditation training, Venugopal has organized webinars, online sessions, and interviews for All India Radio and private media channels, sharing his wisdom with a global audience. As a respected faculty of government departments, training institutes, senior bureaucrats, corporates and educational institutions, he has conducted life-changing yoga and meditation programs that bring people closer to inner peace and self-mastery. Mr. Venugopal got national and international recognition also. For his pioneering contributions, Venugopal has been honored with the National Award for Best Innovative Mind Technique for creating Amrita Gadia. His teachings continue to inspire thousands to gain control over their minds, align their bodies with nature, and lead a fulfilled life. May I stop talking and invite Venugopal to continue further, please. Thank you.
Namaste to everyone. It's really a great pleasure to see you all here and meet such lovely and wonderful people. First, I would like to thank Mr. Ramkumar for giving this wonderful opportunity to meet such lovely people and talk about myself, about yoga, all these things. Also want to talk Mr. Agnihotri and Theosophical Society for organizing this wonderful event. Thank you all for taking your time and coming here and ready to listen to me. I hope I will share the knowledge that I have gained with you. And at the end of the session, in case you have any questions, please feel free. You can stop me and ask me at any point of time. Okay. So as far as yoga is concerned, he has given a small introduction. What is yoga? All these things. But before that, I want to say something very, very personal. You know, when consciousness arises, your life will fall apart. You know, when something big is going to happen in your life, you'll start facing a lot of problems in your life. Your life will literally fall apart. You'll go through hell. And this is exactly what has happened to me. You know, I was working with a couple of MNCs, like General Binding Corporation of America, and then Global E-commerce and Global Telesystems. And then after that, I have resigned there. I have started my own business. And I was selling the office automation products of General Binding Corporation. I was doing so very well. And after that, one of my friends suggested, he joined an insurance company and he said, why don't you do selling of insurance products also? He said, just take time. Whenever you find time, like on weekends, you can do this. And I started doing that. You won't believe, in the first year, I did so well. I was one of the topper in all India competition. And I attended a convention in Singapore, fully sponsored by the company. After that, when I happened to meet one of my friends, he was suggesting like he is looking for a job. Then I told him, why don't you go join this insurance company? And when he went there, he got interviewed and he joined. He said, instead of just suggesting like this, why don't you start placing people in different companies? So I started a HR company also. And I started placing people in different companies, mostly with insurance companies. And with 3 businesses, I was making very good money. Along with my sisters, I bought a apartment. I also bought my favorite car. Life was going very smoothly. Everything was set. I thought I found the secret for success and happiness, money making. Everything was set, I thought. That's when things started falling apart. You know, suddenly the insurance business, I start losing interest. And then slowly recession crept in. A lot of insurance companies for whom I was placing either closed their business or they have merged with some other company, and a lot of my clients have gone. And adding to that, my office automation business also was going down. I was not able to focus. And all that has shown in my health. I was putting on weight. I became 90 kilos, 92 kilos. And then my sleep has completely gone. I wake up at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, suddenly at 2 o'clock with sweating. Completely I'll be sweating. I didn't know what to do also. And one day, I happened to talk to my sister. I stay with my sister. She's Dr. Sujata. She's the first Indian to get a doctorate in India in yoga. So I started talking to her. I told her, see, this is what I'm going through. That time, she suggested, why don't you start learning meditation? So generally they say, no, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I was searching everywhere. Actually, my teacher was very much with me. My sister was there. When I asked her, she taught me meditation. She gave the simple technique of meditation where I can focus. And with that, every day religiously I practice meditation. The first thing that I gained was peace of mind. I gained peace of mind, I gained self confidence. My thinking process changed. And when I was able to focus little more, I started getting a lot of insights. And when I started getting insights, I was discussing with my sister. I was also reading a lot on neuroscience, about quantum physics, how the subconscious mind will work, how the subconscious mind can create and manipulate matter, which is called a psychokinetic event in quantum physics. So, with that, when I was doing all these things, one day when I was in my meditative state, I heard the sound of Om from the bell. I heard the sound of a bell which sounded similar to Om. And when I focused on that, I felt some kind of a vibration in me. And then I discussed with my sister. And then after some time listening to that regularly, I felt this is going to change my life. Not just mine, it is going to change the life of each and every person. Then, with the help of my sister, I have created a meditation technique called Amrita Gadiya, and I started giving that to all her yoga students. And once they started giving me the feedback, I understood that it is working. And so, with that, I started working on this Amrita Gadiya. And when I started getting good response from my students, I thought I should conduct a program. I should bring it to public so that everybody should know about this particular meditation technique. So what I did was, like, we organized a program where about 25 to 30 people attended that. I prepared so well. Like this, I was giving one day lecture in that program, and everybody were looking at me with blank face. I was talking all huge science like quantum physics, subconscious techniques, all this and all. Nobody understood what I was talking. I thought I gave the best lecture, and when I came down, my sister was asking me, "What did you do?" I said, "What? I have given the best lecture ever. I have prepared in quantum physics. I spoke this. She said, "No, you are not able to connect with your people. You are not able to connect with the participants. How do you connect?" See, she said, "I don't know how you are going to do, but somehow you have to connect. Tell them stories. Then only they will understand this." I said, "Meditation is a serious business. How do you want me to tell stories?" She said, "I don't know. You just have to make it." That's when, because I read lot of stories, small 1-page stories, 1.5-page stories, and I remember them so well. So what I did was, like, I started telling these stories along with the techniques to my meditation students, and they enjoyed it more than the beginning stage. The later stage, when I started telling them stories, they enjoyed it so very well. And that's how I started bringing lot of stories so that each and every technique they will understand. During that time only, I started writing my book. And when I finished it, the book Meditations with the Guru has got about 25 to 30 stories, which are real life. Most of them are real life stories, which when you read, you can connect it to it. When you read the story, you will understand that, okay, something like this has happened in my life also. I'm able to connect. So I have gone through this bad phase and I'm not able to let go. So how do I let go? At the end of the story, I have given a meditation technique. If you practice that, you will be able to overcome that particular hurdle. So that's how we brought out the book. And finally, lot of things has changed. And now we are more into therapy, yoga, and meditation. This is how life, when it falls apart, it creates the new person within you. So if you are going through something in your life, please be happy that God has chosen you to transform. If you are going through something, whether physical or mental stress, anything, whatever it is, remember that God has chosen. He will not choose everybody. If He has chosen you, be happy that you are going through something. Only when you go through these things, you will be able to come out more stronger. Okay? So as far as yoga is concerned, Mr. Ramkumar was giving a small introduction. Yoga means to join, to combine, union. So it comes from a root word called yuj, which means to join, to combine. So what do you combine here? So if you go every morning, we take coffee or tea, we combine the decoction with the milk and we get the coffee. So here yoga means we are combining the Atma with Paramatma. You are combining your Atma with Paramatma. Some of the people may not believe where is Paramatma, what is Atma, I don't believe all those things. For those people, yoga means joining your mind with your body. I'm sure everybody will agree they have a mind, they have a body. Combining these two is called yoga. Yoga is a very, very old science which originated in India more than 6,000 years ago. Doesn't mean that it started 6,000. It was actually older than that because references about yoga was made in Rig Veda itself. In the Veda Kala, in the time of Vedas, Rig Veda, references about yoga was made. But we got a systematized yoga only after Patanjali. He has systematized yoga into 8 parts and it is called Ashtanga Yoga. Ashta means 8, Anga means parts or sections of yoga. So he has divided yoga into 8 sections. The Yamam, Niyamam, Asanam, Pranayamam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi are the 8 steps. We'll just roughly go through all these steps, what they actually convey. So Yamam means universal moral commandments. How you have to behave with other people. So if I ask this question, what will you say? How do you want to behave with others? How should we behave? Exactly. Kind, compassion, loving, smiling. So Patanjali says all this should be truthful and non-violence. Ahimsa, Satyam. These are the most important things. So it's like, when you face somebody like, oh, how are you, sir? Oh, great, sir. All this. And when that person goes, he has no other work, he'll just come and disturb me. Like that is not respect. It should come from within. So be truthful when you are dealing with people. And also ahimsa, which means non-violence. Manasa, vacha, karmana. By your thoughts, by your deeds, and by your words, don't hurt anyone. That's the main gist of Yamam. The second one is Niyamam. Niyamam means self-purification. So we are all purified, no? We take bath, we take head bath, we use shampoo, soaps, perfumes, all these things. So what is that he's trying to say? So here, Niyamam means purification of our soul. So how to purify ourselves or our souls? Here Patanjali suggests 3 easy ways. One is you should have very good friends. We all have friends, right? We have thousands of friends in Facebook and thousands of friends Instagram, WhatsApp, 5,000 friends, all these things. Absolutely no use of that. He says your friend should be somebody who you are able to communicate. It's not that somebody for the namesake as a friend. You should have good friends or good satsang, where you talk about good things, learn good things and share your knowledge. That is the kind of friends you should have. The second one is reading good books. Lot of books are available, but today finding out a good book itself is a very huge task. Reading books, particularly if you ask me, I'll suggest everybody should read Bhagavad Gita. It is really transforming each and every person. Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharatam, Ramayanam, Bhagavatam, so many books are there, Bible or a Quran, whatever it is, such kind of books will transform your life. This kind of reading such lovely books is the second way. The third way is through unconditional help. So when I say unconditional help, you are not expecting anything in return when you do something. Okay, today I am giving 100 rupees to my friend. Tomorrow will he give it back to me? Or what help I can take from him for this 100 rupees if he is not returning? Or can I ask him another 5,000 rupees? That is not, helping. Unconditional help doesn't mean that you have to give money or take money. He says even a small help, like for example, you are standing on the road, an old person or somebody who cannot see, just hold their hand and help them cross the road. That kind of help is sufficient. Unconditional. You don't expect anything back from them. That kind of help will definitely cleanse your soul. So these three, good books, good friends, and unconditional help, are the three paths to cleanse your soul. That is niyamam. The third one only, he talks about asanas. Patanjali says, stiram sukham asanam. That means an asana. A lot of people I've seen, they say, I did yoga exercise. Yoga is not exercise, for your information. Yoga is not exercise. Yoga is different. So asana means stiram sukham asanam. Stiram means steady. Sukham means comfortable. When you perform an asana, it should be steady and you should be comfortable. Today, a lot of people are doing circus in the name of yoga. Please don't do that. See, I know people are flexible, people can do a lot of circus kind of things, but definitely asanas, traditional asanas, are something that you have to focus two things. One is your comfort, and you should be steady while practicing this. The difference between exercise and asanas are that only. In exercise, the speed movement is there. In asanas, it is only steadiness. It is the breath which is very important when you are practicing asanas. So, asana means stiram and sukham it should be. Can anybody guess how many asanas are there? Any number. Just guess how many number of asanas are there. 1,000. Sorry? Please guess. There is absolutely, this is a new subject for you, so we tend to make mistakes. 64,000. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you. There are 84 lakhs of asanas. 84 lakhs of asanas. So we'll be like surprised. How come somebody, find out 84 lakhs of asanas? So in those days, our rishis, our munis, our monks, all those people used to do meditation, penance, or tapas in nature. They'll be doing this meditation or tapas in the forests, on the top of the hills, by the side of the rivers, all in nature only. So what is around them? Everything that God has created is around them. Nature is completely around them. So when they were seeing each and every creation of God, they were able to find out different asanas. Like when they saw the tree, they found out vrikshasana. When they saw the palm tree, that is tadasana. When they saw peacock, mayurasana. When they saw the lotus, padmasana. Like that, each and every asana are inspired and created from the nature. And by the way, when I say padmasana, sitting in padmasana doesn't mean that you look like a lotus. It is basically how you detach yourself from the place of birth. You all must have noticed how lotus comes from the slush. It will not come in the fresh water. It comes from the slush. And if you notice, not even a speck of dirt will be on the lotus. It is completely detached from the place of birth. So when you sit in Padmasana, when your feet press the nerves in your thighs, you are completely detached from the place where you belong. Like that, each and every asana are completely derived and inspired from nature. So there are 84 lakhs of asanas. How do I have to learn all these things? How should I practice all these things? I don't have time. You don't have to worry about all those things. Nobody has done 84 lakhs asanas, and nobody need to do that. Every day, if we practice for 15 to 20 minutes, that is absolutely sufficient to take care of your health. 15 to 20 minutes of yoga is sufficient. So who should practice yoga? Each and every person, irrespective of the religion. See, first of all, I'll tell you, yoga has got no religion. It is beyond that. It is a science. A science is good for anyone. Same way, yoga is good for everybody. So each and every person, male, female, everybody should practice yoga. It is very, very important. Lot of people we have seen, they say that, why should I practice yoga? I am healthy only. Let me get some disease, then I'll start practicing yoga. It's not that way. If you start practicing yoga, you'll never get diseases. That is the best way. If you start practicing, you don't have to go to the hospital. If you want, you go See somebody in the hospital and come back. You don't have to go for the hospital. And you're not going to spend energy, you're not going to spend hours together. We are just going to spend 15, 20 minutes or maximum half an hour, not more than that. So once you start practicing yoga, you will get rid of all your health issues. So what is yoga good for? Right from common cold to cancer, from headaches to heart attacks, everything can be healed and prevented. If it runs in your family, if you start practicing now, you can easily prevent. So yoga can be practiced by people who have undergone heart surgery also. But my suggestion is everybody should learn from a guru. See, there is content is available in the internet. Everybody can easily approach internet and get all the content, but please don't do that. Because yoga is not just performing the asana, the most important thing is how you breathe in that. Your breathing will decide how you get your results. So only a learned guru can teach you how to breathe while practicing a particular asana. So there are certain principles which we all should follow when we are practicing yoga. The first one is, when you're practicing yoga, see to that you are empty stomach. Your stomach is empty. So generally, what time is stomach empty? Early morning or late in the evening. But does not mean that everybody should do this. People with diabetes right now, they don't have to practice on an empty stomach. They can take a cup of coffee, tea, or 3-4 Marie biscuits, or 2 or 3 bread slices. Not everything, any one. And then they can start practicing their yoga. So once you start practicing yoga, you always should wear loose, comfortable dress while practicing yoga. Because you should allow your skin to breathe. When you're practicing yoga, you should feel comfortable. As I told, Sthiram Sukham Asanam. When you practice an asana, you should feel comfortable. So always wear loose, comfortable dress. Don't sit on the floor and practice asanas. Always, preferably, put some carpet or some, a bed sheet, a cotton bed sheet. Or if you don't have anything, put a big towel and practice on that. Generally, we don't suggest yoga mats because it is rubber and plastic. Particularly places like Chennai, which is always hot. All 12 months we are hot only. So that may create some kind of skin issues, skin rashes to people. So we generally suggest please go for cotton carpets only or bed sheets, anything like that. And once you complete your practice, always finish yoga by practicing 5 minutes of Shavasana. That is must. Whatever time you have, you finish within that time and practice Shavasana before you start your day. That is very important. So yoga can be practiced before taking bath or after taking bath. Some people will find it more flexible after taking bath. So you can do either way, there is nothing wrong. If you feel thirsty, you can take little bit of water while practicing yoga. Otherwise, try to avoid that. People who generally do this hydrotherapy, they take 1 liter water, 2 liters water early in the morning. Those people, they should complete, like urination and motion before you start yoga. You should not do with constipated stomach. And then once you finish yoga, and also generally don't practice yoga sitting in a couch, sitting in, on the bed and all. Always sit in the floor, or if you're finding it difficult, you can sit in a chair and practice the asanas. So these are the basic principles which you have to practice for yoga asanas. Okay, now this yoga asanas, as I told, can be practiced by everyone. There are certain asanas which you have to avoid when you have certain health issues. So that's why I suggest you go to any guru, learn these things and start practicing at your home. The fourth step is pranayama. Pranayama. Prana means life force. So what is this pranayama? Pranayama means elongation of your breath or regulation of your breath. You know that without solid food, we can survive for 40 days. Without solid food, we can survive for 40 days. Without liquid, that is on liquids we can survive, but without liquids we can survive for 3 days. But without breath, not even 3 minutes. So that is the reason breath, the prana, is very, very important. So our sages, our rishis and munis were so talented that they found out this prana is the most important thing. And if you control that, you can control anything in your life. That's why they gave so much of importance to this prana. So how you breathe is going to decide how you're going to live. I don't know if you have noticed a dog taking breath, always fast. It takes about 24 to 25 breaths per minute and it will survive only 10 to 15 years. Have you noticed a tortoise? It will take hardly 1 breath per minute or even less than that. And it survives 200 years. So, the trick or the magic lies in your breath. If you are able to control your breath, you are going to elongate your life. That is why pranayama means elongate your breath, elongate your life. There are totally 8 types of pranayama. Sitali, Sitkari, Brahmari, Bhastrika, Plavani, Murchika, Nadi Shuddhi and Ujjayi. These are the 8 types of pranayama. So Sitali, Sitkari, as the name suggests, Sitalam means cold. So if you want to cool down your body, you practice this kind of pranayama. Bhastrika, Brahmari will produce heat in the body. So if you want to raise the temperature in the body, you have to practice Bhastrika or Brahmari. And Nadi Shodhana Pranayama is the most common versatile thing which everybody should practice. Nadi Shodhana. Nadi means your circulatory system. Shodhana means to cleanse. To cleanse your circulatory system, you have to practice this. So, why should there be so many types of pranayamas? So, in those days, our rishis were practicing tapas, meditation in nature. So, you cannot control the nature. Suddenly, it will be very hot. They cannot run away from there. Or suddenly, it may rain also. They cannot run away. So, they can't get disturbed from that meditation. So, what they did was, they started controlling their inner temperature rather than outer temperature. You can't control the outer temperature. So, they started controlling their inner temperature by controlling and regulating their breath. So, whenever it was very cold, they started doing Bhastrika and Brahmari pranayama. And they raised the temperature of the body. And similarly, whenever it becomes very hot, they used to do Sitali, Sitkari or Anadi Shodhana pranayama, which will help them to cool down their body. So, it was so scientific those days. They did everything, they studied everything, understood the knowledge, and then they designed all these things. So, Nadi Shodhana pranayama, why I was suggesting is, if you take one breath, in today's world which is completely polluted, the atmosphere is so much polluted, if you take one breath, you have to, if I say that you have to take 100% oxygen inside you, in that 100%, 20% is taken by the brain, the chairman. The chairman gets the 1/5 of the breath that you take, oxygen. 20% is taken by your brain. The rest, 80%, is distributed throughout the body. But in today's world, we are hardly getting 40 to 45% of oxygen in each breath. And in that, 20 anyway will go to the brain. The remaining 25% only goes to the rest of the body. So when the body needs 80% and you are giving 25%, just see what will happen to the cells. Each and every cell in your body needs oxygen. Each cell has got mitochondria, which is the powerhouse, and it needs oxygen. So what happens when you are not providing enough oxygen? The cells start destroying itself. In a particular organ, say for example lungs or liver or kidneys, when the cells start getting destroyed, what will happen? You start getting health issues in that particular thing. That's why when you start practicing Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, you are able to push oxygen throughout each and every cell of your body. You're cleansing your circulatory system. Not only that, regular practice of Nadi Shodhana will help you to get rid of cholesterols. cholesterol blocks can be easily got rid when you start practicing Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. So I was telling you what are the organs that require oxygen: the brain, the heart, the lungs, the kidneys. Actually, each and every part of your body requires oxygen. So these, particularly heart, lungs, kidneys, and the brain, are very, very important. They need more oxygen. Okay, that's why I don't know if you have noticed, when you have heavy lunch in the afternoon, you feel sleepy. The reason is, blood is taken from every part of your body and given to the gut for digestion. So even the brain will not get enough oxygen. That's why you will start feeling sleepy, because the brain is slowly calming down. It's going into the sleep mode. That's why whenever you have lunch, don't do any exercise. Immediately after your lunch, don't do any exercises. Okay? Now, heart. You all know that your heart beats 1 lakh times per day. Do you know that? 1 lakh times per day. So just imagine how hard it is working. Have you ever thanked it? Have you ever felt that, okay, my heart is working for you? It is actually working for you, not for anybody else. Have you ever thanked it once? Today, when you go back home, just keep your hand on your heart and say thanks to it. Why should you go back home? Right now, just keep it on your heart and say thanks, because it is working for you. It is going out of the way 1 lakh times. Just imagine, even a machinery that works so efficiently needs overhauling after some time, but you're not doing anything for your heart. Still, it is beating 1 lakh times so that you are hale and healthy. So, what is the best way to thank the heart? Your heart does not like 3 things, and it likes 3 things. If you follow that, your heart will say thanks to you. Your heart does not like 3 things. What are the 3 things? Hurry, worry, curry. Okay, so hurry means always in a hurry. Like you rush to things, you want to do something very fast, rushing through things. A lot of people we have seen, like they rush through things. They start late, they'll rush. So whenever you do something like that, your heart has to work double the time, so that you get that energy. Only when the blood is pumped your limbs, your legs and hands, you'll be able to do the work faster. So how much blood is there in the body? 5 liters. See, approximately 5 to 5.5 liters in a normal, healthy person. Some people rarely will have up to 6 liters, but generally it is 5.5 liters. And how much time the heart takes to pump this 5.5 liters? Any idea? 5.5 liters it has to pump. How much time it will take? Half an hour. 2 minutes. Any time? Your heart will take just 1 minute to pump 5.5 liters. Just imagine the efficiency with which it is working for you. So, when you are rushing through something, when you are hurrying something, your heart has to double it, almost 11 liters per minute. 2 times it has to rush, or 3 times. Just imagine what kind of pressure you are putting on that. So, never hurry things. The second one is worrying. Of course, this is universal. We can't say anything about this. Everybody has got worries for something or the other. The best way is pranayama. Start practicing pranayama, start practicing meditation, and slowly you will come out of all your worries. You will understand that 99% of, if you notice, if you just close your eyes and think, like what you are worrying 1 year back, is it still worrying you? 90% it won't. 90% of the worries that you had, something may happen like this, something might go wrong, would not have gone. So it is just the mind that is creating this. Don't worry too much about that. So worrying is also very bad for your heart. The third one is curry. When I say curry, it's not just non-vegetarian. Any food that has got lots of oil, lots of salt, lots of sugar, this kind of things should be avoided. I'm not saying that you should not eat all those things, but be very moderate. If you're eating every day, make it once in 15 days, monthly once, like that, so that you are actually helping your heart to function better. So these 3 things: hurry, worry, curry, or very bad for your heart. Now, what are the three things that your heart likes? What does the heart do? It pumps blood. So, what is the color of the blood? Red. What is the spelling of red? RED. It says, remember this, RED, red. R means relaxation. So, when you start relaxing, your heart enjoys that. It will work better for you. E means exercise. So, do some kind of exercise. When you start doing exercise, it will help your heart to function better. And D stands for diet. Diet means, I'm not saying that you should starve yourself for 15 hours, 17 hours. Eat moderately. Enjoy your food. When you're eating, even if you're eating ice cream, even if you're eating you're just enjoying some sweets, please do that. I'll not say no, but enjoy that, but be very moderate. When you're eating, don't have guilt. I have diabetes, but I'm still eating. I don't know what is going to happen. If I check my blood sugar levels, it'll be food. Don't worry about that. For that, you work out later. But when you're eating, eat happily. That will help your heart to function better. So, these three things, if you follow, red, relaxation, exercise, and diet, your heart becomes very, very healthy. So, pranayama will help the heart to function better. And for the brain, Sage Patanjali says, Chale vate chalam chittam nischale nischalam bhavet. When the breath flows, your mind will be flickering. When you control your breath, you're controlling your mind. Okay? When you're taking normal breathings, or when you see whenever you're under stress, how your breath, you're taking thoracic breathing. Like this we'll be doing when you're angry, when you're stressed. So your mind will be running into hundreds of thoughts. Whenever you're calm, when you're controlling your breath, you're controlling your mind. So the basic step for meditation, the first step for meditation is pranayama. So once you start controlling your breath, you're controlling your mind, you're controlling your life. Okay? So pranayama has got so many benefits. Again, pranayama has to be practiced by everybody, but you need to follow 2-3 basic, simple principles. So when you're practicing pranayama, how should we sit? In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, Samam kaya shirogrivam dharayan nachalam stiraha sampreksha nasikagram swam dishascha navalokayan. That means, when you're sitting for meditation or pranayama, keep your head, your neck and your back in alignment, in straight line. When you do that, it will allow the energy flow, the oxygen flows and the energy flow in the spinal cord will be perfect. So always keep your back straight, your neck and your head should be in alignment. That is the most important thing. Second thing is, any time after your food, either breakfast, lunch or dinner, give at least 20 minutes to 30 minutes and after that only start practicing your pranayama. As I told you, when the food is in the stomach, don't try to regulate it. Because at that time, oxygen is more needed in your stomach, in your gut. So don't try to regulate it. For the half an hour, just after breakfast, lunch and dinner, don't practice pranayama. And third is, you can practice pranayama anywhere. You can practice at your home. When you go to a temple or a church or a mosque, you can sit there and practice. When you go to beach, you go to parks, you go to gardens, those are the beautiful places to practice pranayama. But don't practice them when you are in polluted places. When there is lot of pungent smells, chemicals, don't practice there. When you go to any chemical factory, you have 15 minutes to meet the person, so let me sit and do like this. Don't do that. Or even when you go to hospitals, don't practice pranayama. See, there are a lot of 5-star hospitals. They beautifully maintain the atmosphere. To maintain that, they use lot of chemicals. So don't do that, pranayama in hospitals. Even in your house also, if somebody uses an acid or kind of Lysol or something to clean the floors when the pungent smell is there, don't practice pranayama. Otherwise, any time you can sit and practice pranayama. When you're practicing pranayama, as I said, you should keep your head, neck and back in alignment. Don't give movements unnecessarily. So if time permits, I'll just show you how to practice also. And the next step is pratyahara. Pratyahara means detachment. Detachment. Okay. So Patanjali says he's not telling that you should not have desires. Detachment from desires. He's not saying that you should not have desires. But don't have over too much of desires, or if you don't put limits to that, it will end up in dangerous situations for that. In Bhagavad Gita again, Lord Krishna says, Dhyayato Vishayan Punsaha Sangasteshu Upajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodho Bijayate Krodhat Bhavati Sammohaha Sammoha Smriti Vibhrama Smriti Bhramshat Buddhi Nasha Buddhi Nashat Pranashyati. Repeated thinking about something makes attachment to that. And once you get attached to something, you feel like attaining that. And to do that, you will try out of your way sometimes. So this will lead to unwanted stress, tensions, worries. And when you're not able to do, you lose your balance. That's what he talks about, Sthita Prajna in Bhagavad Gita. When you're losing your balance, it will end up you getting into depression. And when you get into depression, either people will commit suicide or they may end up in jail by committing some other things. So you should have some kind of a balance in your life. So how I should get balance in life? What I should learn, from where I should learn to get balance means, Patanjali says, learn it from a tortoise. You all must have seen tortoise. It will be going carefully. Some kind of a small disturbance, what it will do? It will withdraw the limbs, head, everything into the shell. Whatever you do on the shell, nothing will happen. It is very safe inside. Once it knows the threat is over, it will slowly pull out the limbs and then it will slowly keep walking again. The same way, when you are disturbed by unwanted thoughts, just withdraw your senses. Your limbs or your senses. Just withdraw them. Just go inside and then you will easily overcome these kind of distractions. So, the next step is dharana. Dharana means concentration. You all have concentration? Wrong question. You all have concentration, right? I'm going to give you a test now. We are all going to do one test. We'll see how it is. But before that, I'll just tell you what concentration is all about. So concentration is, like, we all know that we have two parts of the brain, two hemispheres, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. So generally people say, I have 50% concentration, I have 80% concentration. That is all nothing. Either you have concentration or you don't have concentration. That's it. So this right part of your brain will control the activities on the left side, and the left will control the right side activities. Usually, when your right brain is functioning, your left brain is silent. And when the left is functioning, your right becomes silent. Activating both sides of the brain, both the hemispheres, and putting it on one particular thing is concentration. So you're activating both the brains and applying it on one particular thing is concentration. Right? You understood what concentration is? Now shall we go for the test? Yes? Okay. Now see, just keep your index fingers like this, facing each other. Okay. Now see, I am going to rotate the fingers in the opposite directions. One finger will be going towards me, one will be away from me. See how I am going to do. You are seeing? One is coming towards me, one is going away from me. You should not, both the fingers should not go outside or both should not come inside. No semicircles. Just try that. So one should come towards you, one should go away from you. So this means concentration is? No, I'll not say that you're not having or less. This means your index fingers are not listening to you. So don't worry when somebody is not listening to you. My husband is not listening to what I'm saying. My wife is not listening. My kids are. Forget about that. Your index fingers itself is not listening to you. Why worry about all those things? So once you start practicing, you will be able to do this. So this is how you control your mind. When you start controlling your mind, it will listen to you. Like for example, if I say close your eyes, all of you close your eyes. For the next 10 seconds, just focus on your breath. Close your eyes. All of you close your eyes. Just inhale and exhale slowly and focus how the inhalation is going, how the exhalation is coming. Now gently open your eyes. So how many of you are able to focus? Or, very good, very good. So, wow, fun, wonderful, so many, very good. See, generally what happens is most of the people, the moment you close your eyes, maybe one breath you will be able to focus. The next moment, your brain will take you to some other thought. That means it is controlling you and you are not in control. That's why you are not able to do this also. Because the brain is controlling you. Once you start practicing pranayama and meditation and asanas, you will be able to control your brain. So why should I control my mind? That's when I'll go to the next level, which is dhyana, the seventh step. Dhyana means meditation. So you all must have heard about this or practiced about meditation for something or the other. Have you? Have all of you tried meditation? No. Very good. Almost yes. Very good. Very good. See, we all do meditation, but unfortunately we don't recognize it. See, when you are listening to your favorite song for 2 to 3 minutes, you are not distracted, right? You enjoy it so much. When you're doing your favorite work or when you're eating your favorite dish, you're not distracted. That itself is meditation for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That 3 minutes, your mind is in absolute bliss. You're not distracted. Otherwise, most of the time, it is distracting us. If you're doing, when you go back home or when you're working, just hold for a second. Whatever you're doing, just hold for a second and just see what my mind is thinking about. 99% of the people, what it does is, either it will be thinking about the past or it will be thinking about the future. Past, all the negative things that has happened, it will recollect. Okay, why my husband is not supporting me? My children are not understanding me. My neighbor is very bad. My boss is very bad. Everything, my friend took 5,000 rupees, he never returned to me. How bad of him. All these negative thoughts will be coming. Or for some people, it will be into the future. At least future, if it starts thinking good, it's good. It will not do that. It will create a problem and try to solve it. Like, suppose next month I lose my job, what will happen? I have a home loan, I have a car loan, I have to, pay fees for my kids, I have to run the home. So many things are there. Car is not very important. Okay, let me sell the car, I'll get 2 lakh rupees, I'll pay first for the children's. Boss, you have still not lost your job. You are creating, the worst thing is you are trying to solve that problem. So either you are in the agony of the past or you are in the fear of the future. So not being in the past, not being in the future, just being in this present moment is called mindfulness. That is the basic step of meditation. Once you get to focus on one particular thing that you're doing, slowly you will be able to control your mind and you get into a state where you will be thoughtless.
One point I like to make it
Yes, sir.
the negative things you can say, but a lot of people keep daydreaming.
Yes.
Good thing about the future, they keep dreaming about the past. With that,
That is exactly, sir. That is exactly we train people to think about good things that has happened to you or the good things that you wanted to create. Daydreaming is very, very good for the health of the body. Yes, ma'am. Please.
Yeah, my question was, or my doubt, or it's
Yes.
something that's totally unknown to me till now.
Okay.
Is thoughtlessness possible in women?
In
Women.
everybody, there is no difference. Everybody can do this.
I've had this, there's this thing where, I don't know if there's sorry for taking movie,
No,
a
no, no,
reference
no.
from a movie.
No, no, no.
So there's something called a Randaka moment. So there'll be this guy, he'll be sitting with his girlfriend in a cafe, and he'll be thinking nothing. And by then, the scene would show the girl thinking about hundreds of things, and
Yes.
she'll ask the guy, "What were you thinking?" He'll say nothing.
Yes.
She'll immediately be like, how is that possible? How is that even possible? And with that, I've asked the question to all the men in my life,
Okay.
my husband, my brother, my father. Everyone said, yes, it's possible.
Madam, it is possible to everyone who practice it. There is no gender bias here. Men, women, anybody can have that moment of pure bliss. It is pure bliss where you are not in any thoughts. It is possible for you also. If you start practicing, definitely you can have that moment. It's very, I'll not say it is very easy, but it is possible. Definitely it is possible. So why should I have that kind of
Rather it is more possible for the women because they are more intuited and where
exactly.
the thoughts are less.
Very, very true, sir. You are 100% true because women are more powerful, women are more creative and more intuitive than men. But unfortunately, they don't realize that. They think competing with men is the best way and they do that. Don't do that. You are actually ahead of men. Why do you want to come back and compete with us? Yes. Yes, sir. You are asking something. You are asking something.
I thought the question is quite relevant because
Yes, sir.
the question actually is it much more difficult for a woman? Because as she says, the emotional movement and the
Yes.
connections
Yes.
are larger in number
Yes.
and more intense. A
Yes.
man can do nothing and stare. I
Yes.
can stare at you without doing anything.
Without thinking. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, from a purely logical point of view,
Yes.
the question is quite relevant.
Very,
Maybe
very
there is
true.
something more which, the yoga teaches about it.
Exactly, sir. Yes, very true, sir. Yes, women also can have, even though they're more emotional, they still can have that thoughtless moments. Definitely, it can be done. So, why should I have this thoughtless moment? Why should I be in a thoughtless state? That is when you will be in connection with the God. You know where this God is? He's not anywhere outside, He's inside us. When you start moving towards inside is when you start connecting to the God. So we all, every day morning, we take bath and then we'll do puja, right? We'll all do prayers. In prayers, we talk and God will listen. God, just, I should not have pains in the body, I should not have diseases, I should get good money, I should not fail in the exams. All those things we'll be talking and God will be listening. Okay, go. In meditation, sorry? Non? Non-believers. See, whether you believe it or not, you have God inside. It is up. See, it's like this. So where is the God? You're inside. See, when you're inside the womb of the mother, can you see your mother? You can't see. Doesn't mean that your mother is not there because you are not able to see. God is there. Only thing is we are not realizing. People who can realize, who cannot realize is the difference. It is there. I will tell you, I don't know, time is very short. That's why I'll explain also why God is there and how it functions also. So once you start communicating, so once in meditation is nothing but listening to the divine that is within yourself. The divine that is within yourself. Sir was talking about conscious mind, your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the God that is within yourself. If you communicate everything properly, it will answer you immediately. Exactly, madam. How you can manifest. Once, for that you need lot of things. How you communicate. See, just like that I am talking, but that will not go to my subconscious mind. I need to use a different language to communicate with that. Once I know that, I will communicate and get things done very easily. In your life, you have achieved so many things. That's because you are able to communicate. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, you have communicated properly and your subconscious mind has responded to you. So once you start doing that, you will be able to know and move to the eighth and final step, which is samadhi. Samadhi does not mean that somebody building, memorial for somebody who is dead. Not that samadhi. Samadhi is a state of pure bliss and consciousness. It is a state where you realize the purpose of your life. So why should I, in meditation, why am I communicating with my God inside? Because that's when I will know what is the purpose of my life. Why am I come here? See, I'll tell you what, God has not sent each and everyone just like that here. Okay, you just go enjoy and come back. Not like that. There was a time when Lord Krishna was needed in the earth, that's why he came. There was a time when Rama was needed, that's why he came. When there was a time Jesus was needed, that's why he came. There is a time Mr. Ramkumar is needed, that's why he has come. We are all here for a purpose, not just like that we are not sent here. But only those who travel inside will find out why I am here. The ultimate purpose of life is to find out why I am here. And to do that, you need to renunciate certain things. You need to move, that is, you need to vibrate at a higher level. See, when you are vibrating, generally we all vibrate, we are all energy. The whole universe is energy. Energy vibrates at a particular frequency. Each one has got different frequencies. It's called level of vibrational energy, nothing but love. Level of vibrational energy. Each one has got. So when my vibration is same, I am vibrating at the same frequency with the other person, I start liking the person will like me, we will talk nicely, we become friends. When my level is not in the same frequency, somebody else, they may not like me. So how you raise your levels? Once you start raising your levels, you will move to a higher level where materialistic things no longer bother you or attract you. You know that these things are transient. You are here for a short time. In that short time, these material things are not going to help me. There is something better that I have to learn and do, and then you will start getting into that state. That is the state of samadhi. So these are the 8 steps of Ashtanga Yoga. I don't know, sir, how much time we. Therapy, yeah. So now using these steps, particularly the asana, the pranayama, and to some extent using the kitchen remedies that we have, we are going to heal ourselves. The part of yoga that helps in getting rid of your health issues is therapy yoga. The reason why I'm talking about therapy yoga is each and every part of your body has to function properly. If there is any problem in any part of the body, the main culprit behind that is your mind. 99% of the health issues in your body is a manifestation of your problems in the mind. So 99% of all these issues can be solved only by the mind, not by anything else. Once you start getting into therapy yoga, you will understand that my body can be healed by itself. I don't need anything from external. Right? I'll give you one simple example. Suppose if somebody gets a health issue, they'll go to a doctor, they'll give medicine. I'm not saying that you should not go to the doctor or take medicines. But to prevent that, when you start practicing yoga, when you take a medicine, what will happen? The chemicals are accepted by the body because the body has got some receptors, right? Only when the receptor is there, that chemical will be accepted, otherwise it will be thrown out. So that receptors are already there means what does it mean? God knows that these receptors are there. That chemical can be produced by your brain itself. That receptor is already there means that chemical also can be produced by your own body. Which means when you start practicing this therapy yoga, you can heal yourself, you can produce all the chemicals that you needed in your body by your own body. We have treated people with cancer, we have treated people with multiple sclerosis, people with brain issues, brain tumor, treated people, of course, lot of people with diabetes, back problem, neck problem, thyroid issues. Everything can be controlled, everything can be healed, but on consistent practice and faith. All these things works only on one parameter called faith. If you have faith, definitely you can heal yourself. I'm not saying that, okay, from tomorrow don't go to the doctor or don't take the medicine. You continue taking your medicine for some time until, at your subconscious level, you know that I can heal myself. The day you realize that you can heal yourself, you can stop your medicine. Until then you take, but the day you realize, stop taking medicines. See, any day medicine may treat you at your physical level, but it has got its own negative side effects. Your internal organs are badly destroyed by these chemicals that comes with the medicine. So it is up to us to take control of our life by practicing yoga, pranayama and meditation so that we can definitely overcome any kind of health issue. Yes, sir.
Sir, how to slow down the breathing time, inhale and exhale time?
Yes, sir. See, first of all, if I can ask you, all of you, just take deep breathings. I'll see how you do. All of you start doing deep breathings. How you take inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale 3 times. No, normally. Just normally. No. Normal inhale and exhale. Yeah, that's good. Now just open your eyes. See, most of you, what you are doing is, when you are inhaling, you are raising your chest, your shoulders, everything. Exhaling. When you are inhaling, you are pulling your stomach inside. And exhaling, you are pushing it out. That's exactly the wrong way of doing your breathing. The basic step is abdominal breathing. To slow down, sir, you have to do abdominal breathing. So how to do that? Just notice one point. I'll just show you how to do that. When I'm inhaling, only my abdomen, my stomach part only will move. Rest, there is no movement. When I'm inhaling, my stomach will come out. When I'm exhaling, my stomach will go inside. I don't know if you can all see me now. It's only the movement of the diaphragm. Only the stomach. See, when I just keep my hand like this. When I'm inhaling, I'm pushing my stomach forward. Doesn't mean that the oxygen is going to my stomach. It will not go there. When you push your stomach forward, the diaphragm will go down. It will help the lungs to open up better and take more oxygen. When you are exhaling, pull your stomach inside. When you pull it inside, the diaphragm will come back to its position and constrict the lungs to throw out all the carbon dioxide. It's very basic thing. So once you start doing this, see, this is what I told, sir. Chale vate chalam chittam nischale nischalam bhavet. When you start taking breathings properly, what happens is, see, there is in our midbrain, there is 3 parts. The amygdala, the hippocampus and the hypothalamus. These are the emotion centers. So whenever, say for example, today you want to come to this program, somewhere in your mind will say, should I go now? It's very hot. Should I listen to this topic? Is it necessary? There's so much available in the internet. Should I go today? Next time we'll try. So many things will be running in your mind. That is all because of your amygdala telling you to be careful. Don't do this. Don't do that. Last time you went there, it failed. Somebody laughed at you. Don't do. All this talk will distract you. So how to control that is by your prefrontal cortex. This prefrontal cortex has got your willpower, your working memory, and your self-control. So when you start doing pranayama, whenever you start doing the breathing properly, this will first cool down your prefrontal cortex. That means your willpower will be in your control. Once the prefrontal cortex calms down, it will tell amygdala, you don't worry, I will take care of everything. Like for example, you did some mistake and say for example your husband or wife saying, you don't worry, you don't come into that, I will handle it, means you will calm down. Somebody else is handling, so I am calm down. Same way, when the prefrontal cortex says everything is in my control, you don't worry, the amygdala will calm down. So once you start doing pranayama properly, it will calm down your amygdala, your hypothalamus and hippocampus, and you will start calming down immediately. So how you practice, once you are, practicing this breathing by awareness, when you are inhaling, you are exhaling, you are inhaling, your stomach is pushed out, you are exhaling, your stomach is, when you do that unconsciously, you will start slowing down automatically. So for that, every day start practicing this. Initially, it will be difficult. Like consciously you have to do, when I'm inhaling, I have to push my stomach out, when I'm exhaling, I have to pull it in. Once you start practicing it for 1 or 2 days, this becomes your natural way of breathing. Once it becomes, you yourself will know that definitely I am calming down, I am slowing down. So once you slow down, everything will start. It's like very simple, no? Like when the water is boiling, you just peep into that, you can't see your face. But when you switch off the stove and the boiling stops, you peep into that, you can see your face very clearly in the water. Same way, when your mind is distracted with hundreds of thoughts, you will not find the solution. When you calm down, your mind will give the solutions. See, I'll tell you, There is no problem which does not have a solution. If you have a problem or a challenge today, the solution is already inside you. You know how it happens? From the cosmos, if you believe in God, from the God, the answer will come to your gut. Your gut. That's why they call it as gut feeling. You know, your gut knows the answers. It will not tell you directly. It will slowly convey through the glands, it will convey to the subconscious mind. This is the answer, just keep it with you. And the subconscious will not tell you the answer. Only when you calm down in meditation, it will convey the message. See, the conscious mind is always vibrating at this level, subconscious is here. Only when it calms down, conscious mind calms down, it will come and it will get bridged. Conscious and subconscious are bridged. That is when the conscious mind will ask the question and subconscious mind will answer this. Your answers are not anywhere outside, I am telling you. It is well within inside yourself. Only when you calm down, when you relax, when you are able to calm down, you will get all your answers.
People here are more than 60 years old.
Yes, sir.
On an average. Most of the people have something to do with the heart or something to do with the diabetes.
Yes.
Is there any kind of particular pranayama which can address those two issues?
If you're looking only for pranayama, then I'll teach accordingly. But my first suggestion for everybody is Om chanting. Om is the Adi Pranavanadam, the basic primordial sound from which creation has happened. Once you start chanting Om, lot of changes will happen in your health. Your thought process will change. In fact, the university in San Francisco, they did a research and found out that Om itself is called a therapy. Just chant Om 21 times. When I take classes like this, I'll tell the students, every day, morning and evening, chant Om 21 times. 21 times in the morning, 21 times in the evening, for the next 21 days. If your thought process, if your health, there's no change, you can question me. You can challenge me. So how do you chant this Om? Can you all chant once? All of you together chant once. Very good, very good. So nice, so nice. See, this is a very, very simple technique is there. You inhale, while exhaling, chant Om. And chant as loudly as possible. Okay? So this itself, that's why Om is called Sukshma Pranayamam or subtle breathing. You are inhaling and you are extending your exhalation. So I will chant and show you how to do this. After that, I'll explain what I am telling. So inhale while exhaling. So half my exhalation is O, the other half is like that. So this will activate the internal organs. First, when you start chanting Om, what happens is the ventricles of the brain, that's where the brain is suspended in the cerebrospinal fluid. The ventricles gets activated, and this will activate both the hemispheres of your brain. Second thing, chanting Om loudly like this will activate your thyroid and parathyroid glands, which is very important because close to 63% of women and almost 56% of men suffer from thyroid issues. So one of the best ways is chanting Om like this. The third most important thing is when you start chanting Om like this, as I told you, you are inhaling and Om is by exhalation. So your exhalation is longer than your inhale. When you do like this, what happens is there is a nerve called vagus nerve that comes from your brain through the ear. It will, sorry? Yes, sir. So it will connect to the heart, and then from there it will spread to all the important organs in your body. It will connect to your stomach, your intestines, your lungs, liver, spleen, kidney. Everything is connected by this vagus nerve. What it does is, this is called vagal tone. Whenever you inhale, your heart beats faster. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh, sorry. I think I've taken a lot of time. I'll just wind up with this. So whenever you inhale, your heart beats fast. Whenever you exhale, your heart calms down and slows down. So in Om chanting, you're actually exhaling for a longer time, so your heart calms down. So Om chanting is very good for your cardiovascular health, and it will improve your cardiopulmonary efficiency. Good for your heart, lungs, kidneys, spleen, pancreas. Everything gets activated with this. So Om chanting itself is enough to take care of your health. The second thing is what you can do. I'll teach one small Shanti Pranayama. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. When I say through the mouth, don't open your mouth big, just like you're blowing a candle, no? Like just open a little bit and try to exhale for a longer time than your inhalation. See, for example, I'll show you. I have inhaled. So much exhalation. So, roughly I'm telling, if you're inhaling for 4 counts, exhale for 8 counts to 10 counts. Slow down your exhalation. Whenever you slow down your exhalation, what happens is, in the peripheral nervous system, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems are there. Your sympathetic nervous system is responsible for your stress response, for your fight or flight. Whenever you are under stress, either you have to fight in the situation or you have to run away from the situation. So your heartbeat increases. The blood is taken from your gut and supplied to your limbs because you have to either fight or run away from that place. Your pupils will dilate. The liver is told to release all the stored glucose and fats. So too much of glucose in the blood, it goes to the brain. Brain gets confused. What's happening? It will tell liver, don't release anymore. So liver will close the doors and put a board, no more sugars, nothing. So what happens is a lot of confusion happens in the body whenever the sympathetic nervous system is active. When you start chanting Om like this, or when you start doing pranayama like this, what happens is naturally the sympathetic nervous system is switched off and parasympathetic is switched on. What it does is, it will just allow the pupils to come back its position. It will allow the heart to calm down. Immediately the heart will calm down. The blood is taken from the limbs and brought down to the gut. And most importantly, whenever you do Om chanting, whenever you do pranayama, the stress hormone called cortisol is not released in the body. You know, cortisol is very important because it will put us in active mode. But unfortunately, what it does is, every time cortisol is released, it stays in the body for close to 28 days. It will go around the body with blood circulation. If it reaches heart, it will start destroying the heart cells. If it reaches the liver, it will start destroying the liver cells. That's why people under constant stress will have multiple organ disorders. So the best way is to calm down, Om chanting, pranayama. And once you start doing that, your body will calm down and all these issues will be solved. Because your body knows how to heal itself. Thank you so much. Namaste means I don't have ego, because inside me is a God and inside you is also a God. The God in me has recognized the God inside you, and I am just saying namaste to that. Okay? So always be happy and healthy. Don't worry for anything. There is solution for all the problems. Just relax. The ideas will come naturally. So we'll meet once again. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Venugopal. It's been a very, very lovely evening we had together today on this beautiful Saturday. As a token of appreciation, I would request Mr. Jayakumar to hand over this book to Mr. Venugopal as a token of appreciation and gratitude. Thanks for acceding to our request and coming here and giving a lovely talk.
My pleasure.
We were all, yeah, thank you.